Good morning. Today I have a presentation for you, demographic resilience, building a platform for Ukraine demographic future during post-war reconstruction. Maybe you know it's today in Ukraine very bad situation, all sphere, for example, in demographic, because many people it's, for example, very more 6 million people migration for another countries. Today we have new definition in Ukraine. It is military migration. Yes, it's because many people must go in other countries. Before war, Ukraine had many problems, demographic. Another, it is birth rate, death rate. Today, we have many questions. What is future? What is demographic resilience in future in Ukraine? Some questions it is not answered today. Maybe some questions today I should answer and representation for you. Firstly, what is demographic resilience? Objective parameters and factors. The theory of demographic resilience is based on the general theory of resilience. The literature has many ways of explaining that resilience means. Some research say resilience is how well something can get back to to normal after something bad happens, whether it's because of natural or humans. This idea suggests that steps taken before something had happens, step usually linked with being prepared and expressing it, are not considered when we talk about that make something resilient. The first definition is based on an approach to measuring and assessing resilience at both object essence and community regional levels. Resilience is best understood as something that develop over time, or as a skill that can change rather than just a fixed result or quality. Applicable to a broad range system ranging from children and families to institution and societies. It is second definition. The Europe Commission way of explaining resilience in 2021 years covers a wide and detailed perspective. It points out how different things like essence, organization, communities, and areas can handle disruption. But then using this explanation in real situations, it's important to think about the particular situation and what the thing or group being considered needs. There is a lot of difference in the word used to describe the steps of the resilience cycle. This cycle show how a system act over time. Starting just before a challenging event and ending once the system has bounced back from the events effect. The cycle is broken down into different steps, and the steps and called by various names. This model has been adapted for Ukraine. The scale of the crisis related to the Russia, firstly, it's COVID-19 and next Russian aggression against Ukraine, which has been for 2 years, and currently it is unclear when it may end, because has currently disrupted stability in the country. Every day of war decreases the likelihood of quickly achieving post-war resilience parameters, including demographic resilience, because it's Ukraine, maybe it's biggest long time for growth demographic parameters in the future. The different way to determine demographic resilience have 3 types. 4 types. It's biological. This method look at how well a population can handle change in its makeup, like ups and down in birth and death rates, and bounce back from these changes. Often these changes is in population size. Psychological, it is very focused on how a population can get through tough times in a positive manner. It is points out the natural qualities that allow people to deal with stress and come out stronger. And social type for demographic resilience. This approach centers on the ability of a population to maintain or restore balanced stability demographic structure in the face of challenges or external shocks. For example, it's war for Ukraine today. In highlights things like community unit, the availability of resources and salt organizations that help population adjust and recover. It is to map of demographic resilience links for research with 2016 years. The map at the heart of research on issues related to demographic resilience is the individual. Key areas of focus included demographic studies as well as cross-sectory researches, studies related to psychological resilience, demography, and more. In recent years, significant attention as will be divided from the next map. This map has been given to the study of COVID-19 in the connect of demographic resilience, and as well as individual studies and some research for war. And finish it. Demographic resilience means the ability of population to withstand various demographic challenges or shocks, such as wars, natural disasters, economic crisis, or emergencies in health care, and to recover from them. It is my definition of what is demographic resilience for special situation and Ukraine. Parameters and elements of demographic resilience, I think it's three parts. Third, it is population dynamic, birth rate, mortality, health and well-being, age, sex structure, and migration. Second, it's social economic development, because it is very important for building demographic resilience, and management system, policy development, institution capacity, risk management, and the role of law. What is situation in Ukraine, and how many time we need for go to demographic resilience in the future? Ukraine, it's a very big country. It's before war. Its area 600,000 kilometers square. It's 46th place in the world. Today, Russia occupied about 20% of territory in Ukraine. It is eastern and southern territory. Before war, Ukraine have about 45 million people. It is 33 place. Today, in Ukraine, it's about 31,600,000 million. It is point. Last year, Institute Demography with UNFPA and government Ukrainian statistic done assessment total population in Ukraine and how many people lived in all region in Ukraine. It's a very different methodic. It's included for methods, mobile telephone date, mobile telephone operation, date pension system, healthcare system, and another. It is not. It is assessment, not official statistic. Yes, it is assessment, because today official statistic absent. It is not really official statistic for how many people lived in Ukraine, because it is point within the controlled territory. All territory Ukraine is about 35 and 700,000 people. Ukraine decline today. Ukraine have only 54% population, or to 1991 years, when Ukraine have 54 million people. Today it's 58%, 31 million people. It's a very big decline. It's more factor. It's this. It is a small birth rate many years, and highest death rate, and firstly factor, it is occupation part territory in Ukraine and war. Today, Ukraine problem of demographic accounting. It is firstly its long-term absence of the population census. Last, it is 2001 years, or Ukraine absent a census 24 years. It's a very big problem for statistical data. And another problem, for example, it is not accounted in temporarily occupied territories, and another problem. Alternative, I told, use population registers, facts, bank, medical, postal, and others. Next, birth rate. Ukraine its birth rate. Ukraine sometimes decline. This period it's good because Ukrainian governments have good politics for birth rate in some money for family, and this period when in fertility ages was some more women, but after 2017 birth rate declined. Before war, this date only 1 and 16. Today, it is assessment for expert for my colleague in Institute Demography. It's about 0 or 7. It's very, very small. Really, this point not possible equal, because we haven't statistic for age birth for age woman. It's absent statistic today. Only we have only how many births for region in Ukraine, but ages woman absent. And but the way it's interesting to see changes in the age-specific birth rates in Ukraine, which are present in the following diagram. We see that the ages of mother at birth of a child has changed with general decrease on the birth rate. Yes, it is Ukraine 2003. Yes, it is Ukraine before war. It is Austria. It's for example, difference for this date. Consequences of decline birth rates vary more. It's again population, economic impact, culture and social changes, and others. Next, what is the situation in death rate in population? It's only before war. You will see difference date. It is total death rate and standardization all causes with 0-64 ages. This Austria, this Ukraine. It is very big. What is this? It is COVID, because in 2021 years in Ukraine, deaths for this ill about 93,000 people. Very big, because it is this Next, 2022 decline. Very more problem for Ukraine. What is difference? What is difference this date? It is very it's higher mortality rate, death rate in Ukraine before the war of mortality in the working ages, especially men. Very big death rate for men with 25 and of 25 and 50 years. It's very different. It's difference all ages, but it is difference very more. Mortality of the population during the war, it's direct murder deaths due. It's new problem, very big problem for mortality in Ukraine today. Indirect due lack of timely medical care or lack of medication. Some people absent this services and sometimes it's died because it's absent this. And secondly, and third, it's casual mortality. It's distribution of chronic disease due to stress. Yes, because it is very more factor for mortality growth today for Ukraine. Because it's as a result, the average life expectancy in Ukraine is low. Today, it's assessment. It's no really date. It is assessment. Ukraine men about 57 years, women about 66 or 70 years. This date. We think and finish it war this date. It's growing. And that period it's very good, but it is finished war. When finished war today we don't know. It's the number of deaths will depend on it is from scale of war, from whether conflict includes mainly the RAM focus and duration in war. It's secondly problem. Next problem is man ages. What is population? It's increase. It is man ages with 20 or 30. Elderly people, pensioners, person with disabilities, and person with chronic disease. The shock of war leads to both short-term and long-term effect on mental and physical health. Many people, especially child, you must see it's physical, psychological problem for many child, which was in Eastern, which see bomb attacks and not safe places. It is a very big problem because it is a problem maybe in all life this child. What is migration? Migration today, it is maybe a main problem for Ukraine because 6,479 million people. It its military migration. At about 5 million people, it's internally displaced person for Ukraine. Together, it's more 11 million people. Impacts of the war Ukraine's population structure. It is before war. It's what is changes. It's today. It's especially it is women and children. It's what is future? In next, I have age sex structure for forecast. Regional demographic changes. It's very big. It's very interesting. What is date? Yes, date. It is. We have date. How many people births in Ukraine for region, and how many deaths without soldiers, without military deaths. It is change population for Ukraine today. Changes in the population from July 2023 and before war. Yes, about Russian attacks region, it is a very big decline total population. That territory, some growth. Who is it? Is internally displaced person. Yes, she live today about your region, especially growth Kiev and Kiev region. Western Ukraine declined too. It is how many people lived for before Russian attacks 2014 years. This is before it is 1 January 2022, and this last year. This forecast how many people lived in the future this region. You will see how very decline this regions. It's very big decline. What is birth rate in Ukraine in 2021 years and 2023? It very big decline. It's central in eastern Ukraine. Decline in the Z territory. In western Ukraine, so maybe that level before war, because it is territory biggest safe, small biggest safe this territory. Mortality, it's not a good situation. It's this region very high, under 20, but it's the Kherson region and Donetsk region order 30 promille. It's very big decline and growth. Sorry, and gross mortality or territory in Ukraine. What is 2020 years? Because it's I not take 2021 years, because it is 2021 years. Very more people died for COVID-19. Was this that? Yes. Forecast. it is population in future. Ukraine cannot have 30 million people. It is not optimistic prognosis, but it's you understand what is period. It is end war by the end of this year, and war by ended next year, and war continue and another 3 years. Its total fertility rate after growth, after finished war growth, but not very demographic, very more, yes, very more childbirth. Not its forecast, not optimistic perspective. It may be date before war. It's migration. It's not. It is YASA prognosis, YASA forecast. How many return? This diagram YASA forecast. I think analysis of opinion polls indicates, and each month of will reduce the how of migration return by 2% for months. Yes, only months at minus 2% return military migration. It's gender structure of population, sex age structure. It is before war. It is not 20, 40 years. It's only 2037. You understand it is not a good structure because it is very small child age and middle. It very more people 45 and older. Because it is a very difficult situation for Ukrainian government, social sphere, pension, and another. Hypothesis for my colleague in Ukraine, we have 4 hypotheses. Yes. 3 hypotheses it's not realized because it is not really this total fertility rate. Yes, but it's hypothesis. It's equal. It is next hypothesis. The total birth rate children per woman required to maintain a population of 33 and 6 million. It's not really situation, this structure. It is a population size million of people under the condition of immediate achievement and maintenance of the total birth rate. And this really hypothesis, but this hypothesis, how many migrants needed Ukraine in future for stabilized situation of population and building demographic resilience. It is maybe you see, for example, about 300,000, 400,000 people every year for stabilized this situation and stabilization age gender and age structure of the population of Ukraine, it's 2045 years. Direction of achieving demographic resilience in Ukraine. Demographic resilience, formation of demographic resilience. Firstly, it's types of responsive. It is absorption, adaptation, and transformation. Level, it's for Ukraine, this demographic group, social group, and group traditions, and responsive tools. Another tools, for example, stability, elastically, and another. Inclusively, and a means of achieving demographic resilience in Ukraine. Firstly, the end of the war and shortest possible time. It's firstly. Another, it's only direction, only doing in government in Ukraine and international institutes. It's not good result in future. It's firstly. Next, it's provision of security quarantines, and when this good result for this, next time it is a foundation quality of line. Today we Minister Social Politic with Institute Demography have project demographic strategy. It's firstly we can we must doing foundation for demographic direction. Firstly, it's quality of life. We must return military immigration in Ukraine. Return and can be that finished war, provision of security, and must have housing, job, and secondly, infrastructure. Yes, and this direct for project, this demographic strategy in the future for 20-40 years. Thank you so much.